Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? It says it's picking up audio, so I don't know why it's not. Yeah. You want to try changing it to input too? I tried changing the settings and that just turned.
First. Championship Sunday here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Mike Cepeda, Will Cowan, Jeff Stoynoff with you on today's coverage. Happy you've joined us. Game one, it's the men's. Fullerton and San Diego will duke it out. We'll step away momentarily, come back with a quick pregame after the national anthem. And back to our continuing coverage here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. It's a 3C2A basketball championship here in 2017. Fullerton and San Diego. And gentlemen, got a barn burner in the making here in the men's final, Fullerton and San Diego. And we had a nice discussion with Coach Perry Webster, Coach of the Year in the OEC, before the game.
Yeah, it's always fascinating. We talk to coaches. One of the things that we ask Perry, that we always ask coaches, is what do you expect from the other team? And here's the thing. He knew what to expect because this is the second meeting between these two teams. They met back on November 6th, and Fullerton won that game by 11 at San Diego City. So expect them to come out, San Diego City, with a little pressure. They're going to try and get into that Fullerton bench. They feel like they have an advantage in terms of going a little bit deeper into their bench here today.
We know about the guard play, gentlemen. We know to expect very timely shooting both ways. The matchup that's very intriguing to me for the Hornets, Lauderdale inside. For the Knights, number 13, Alex Wilborn. Both gentlemen very effective down low in the rebounds, protecting the rim, and they can score. So we know on the third day of a tournament it can't all be an outside game with a lot of long-range threes. We know those will be there. Watch out inside.
And you can expect both of those guys aren't going to be very gentle down in the post. Minutes away here from the start of final number 1 championship Sunday here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Moments away from the opening tip here in the 2017 Men's Basketball Championship in the 3C2A. Jeff Stoynoff, Will Cowan, Mike Cepeda here from Las Positas College. And, well, Jets, a fairly long weekend. It's been exciting, 12 games in 3 days, but we're down to 2 games and down to 2 teams here on the men's side.
Yeah, it's the Final Four on Sunday, and Will, you talked about the matchup down low, and I'm very interested to see how Wilborn and Lauderdale square off to start things up. Lauderdale, we saw him very effective in the win over Feather River yesterday, and Alex Wilborn, very good minutes against CCSF. Really, as soon as they got the lead and they got back into it, remember, San Diego went down by 15 at the start of the second half. They were able to chip away, get the lead, and they bring back Wilborn, and he really helped them close the show.
Yeah, it was really nice. You know, McLean and Smith very timely for the Knights yesterday to really control tempo. A little wild early. We'll see if they can do that against a very stingy Hornet defense.
Yeah, one thing's fairly safe to say after 2 games here, San Diego City, a second-half team. At least they've been that way here at Las Positas. They'll go with the standard starting lineup of McLean and Brumsey, along with Wonder Smith, Jameer Mitchell, and Alex Wilborn in the middle. We'll set the Hornet lineup for you shortly.
The Mitchell family very well represented on the viewership.
Wilborn holding Lauderdale on him, off to Smith.
Hornets.
San Diego City now with 7 on the shot clock as Smith going to work on Anderson. He'll have to fire from long range. Missed it. Brumsey on the offensive glass follows it in.
You saw there the Hornets went with the immediate double team to get the ball out of Wilborn's hands. Effective, but not able to clean up the glass.
Nope. Fox going to have to be careful of that push off there. He got away with one.
Well, expect the pressure. That's what they talked about coming from San Diego City. Fox and Anderson in the backcourt, Lauderdale in the middle, and it's Dylan Reese and Kenny Barnes at the forward spots. A foul called. This will go against San Diego City. First call.
Matt, do we have the big dunk yesterday by Kenny Barnes? Locked and loaded?
It's worth another look.
Speaking of Barnes, interesting matchup that he is cross-matched there. Not looked like he was guarding Wilborn that time.
Well, there is a concern that the Hornets don't go quite as deep. We talked about in the pregame. They will want to stay out of foul trouble. Fox will fire from 3 off the back iron. Wilborn high up for the rebound.
Very important to be one and done here today, obviously on any day, but especially in the championship final. Hornets very good on the offensive glass.
Yeah, you asked Perry Webster what would be the story of a Fullerton win today. He said not turning the ball over and defensive rebounding. So he was very quick to point that very fact out. Wilborn again. Down low on Lauderdale, spins into the lane. The hook shot is good.
That is a pretty move down low by Wilborn.
Well, he backed down, pass faked, and then he wheeled into the lane to the right-hand hook. If I'm Lauderdale, I will try to drive him to his left hand on that side.
And not only that, the positioning just way too good early on in that possession down low.
Anderson drives it down low. Barnes too far underneath, has nowhere to go. The ball out of bounds. It's coming back to the Knights.
Wilborn there guarding the basket, did a great job of jumping vertically, not picking up a foul because he was in the restricted area.
Barnes coming off a monster performance, as you guys talked about, against Feather River. 25 points and 12 rebounds to lead the way.
Okay, interesting here, taking McLean off the ball. San Diego, the Knights will go into a single high screen, trying to free up the shooters on the outside. Now they go into a double. Action away.
Brumsey, checked by Reese.
Here it comes.
Smith working on Anderson. Hard drive to the glass, fouled. He'll head to the line for 2 free throws.
Big Mike, I like the change up there, changing up the primary ball handler, getting McLean and Holmes, or Wilson rather, off the ball and then coming back to it in movement.
Yeah, no. Brumsey goes on the ball. Smith, we know McLean, he had a big game in their game versus Yuba in the quarterfinals, but obviously you want to free up those shooters, and Hornets are so good. When you do something repetitively and you don't mix it up, they're going to crush you, and I really like what Coach Mitch Charlins is doing early on here to mix things up offensively, and we'll probably see it on the defensive side going into that jump trap also with a 1-2-2.
Yeah, no question. The Knights' ball pressure has been much better than Feather River yesterday on the Hornet pick and roll, not allowing those duck-ins to Lauderdale on the weak side.
Yeah, Lauderdale feasted down low primarily against Anthony Smith, who was a little late defensively in the half court.
Smith hit 1 out of 2 from the line, so it's a 5-0 lead for the Knights.
Shout out to Mrs. Charlins, Mitch's wife, watching at home.
Barnes with the runner, goes glass, no good. Wilborn, another rebound. McLean directing traffic over the timeline, off to Brumsey. Smith on a curl, fakes the 3, lost the handle. Fox had the steal, and he's fouled.
Pressing a little bit too much there on that possession.
He has a tight window there. Pretty tough to fit in there in that case if you're Smith.
Most windows versus the Hornets are pretty tight. That's
right.
What makes them so good.
Yes, they do not expand their defense. They keep it tight, and they shut down the driving lanes.
That's what they did so well yesterday versus Feather River.
Into the slip screen.
Barnes down low, fans it outside. A whistle and a foul called, non-shooting foul.
It's going to go against Mitchell.
Such good court awareness. Barnes catches the ball in the slip, sees the double team, and he had a wide open man in the corner before being fouled. Excellent court awareness.
That's the second foul on Jameer Mitchell, so we'll see McCoy for the first time today.
We talked about Mitchell and the family watching back home. Janice, Jaden, Mama Mitchell as well.
Our favorite inbounds play of the tournament.
Not working this time.
Operated by a South school.
Still a 5-0 lead for the Knights. McLean working the pick and roll to Wilborn, lays it in.
That is textbook right there, and Lauderdale's going to have to adjust. Great catch.
And it was a nice adjustment from San Diego, clearing out the weak side on that screen and roll so there's no help to the immediate recovery.
You know, I think what's so dangerous about this matchup for Fullerton is San Diego City has had a somewhat scary road to the final game here as Barnes works down low, missed the shot. Lauderdale's follows up and good. But you have the feeling you got to have a hunch they're due. And they've come out very sharp here to start. And that's in stark contrast to the first couple of games they played.
Yeah, they've come out flat the past couple of games. We saw it against Yuba. They went down, I believe, 12-0.
Yep, Hornets now into the zone defense.
McLean with a long 3.
Not shy.
They're going to have to hit a couple of those. Timeout early on here for Fullerton as Perry Webster gets an earful from McLean saying, you can't guard me.
There's no question that happened. And the Hornets switching into the zone. However, San Diego in a little dribble weave, and it affected the zone just enough. They were not ready for that quick pull, and I don't understand why they wouldn't be.
Yeah, well, I mean, they should be ready for it. You're exactly right. Better shooters at the disposal here for San Diego City. We talked about McLean. We talked about Smith. And if they can get going and hit shots kind of out of rhythm there, I mean, that's just shooting over the zone. That's going to extend the zone. And we talked about how Fullerton likes to pack it in. They come out. That's going to open up a lot of things offensively for the Knights.
You know, shooting really the difference so far. San Diego City as a team 4 of 5 from the field. The Hornets 1 of 6. So you don't really need to look a lot deeper. Sometimes the stat tells it all. 16:29 to go here in the first half. We're just underway in the men's championship here in the 3C2A from Las Positas College.
It's a simple game. You dribble the ball, you pass the ball, you shoot the ball.
Well, Fox is going to have to work incredibly hard, as you can see. There's a great back cut
from Reese, blocked by Wilborn.
Wow.
McLean wants to run the other way. Hard drive pass into the lane. Wilborn knocked away by Reese, but a foul called.
Well, I think they missed the previous foul on the bump on Taylor down low, and then that was little ticky-tack in the lane. I thought there was a lot of ball there, but Wilborn's going to go to the line, and he can extend this to a double-digit lead.
You know, guys, Robert Taylor had a couple of big shots down the stretch.
Him and McCoy.
Against City College of San Francisco in that victory last night.
The baseline penetration was actually successful for Feather River against this zone yesterday. However, the pass you just saw to Wilborn did not occur.
No.
From the Feather River squad yesterday, that dump off on the relocation when the zone shifts to the baseline.
And congratulations to Randy Rick for Feather River. Very gracious in our pregame interview yesterday. And he did a fantastic job of really getting that team to the position that they were in the 3C2A state semifinal, going down to the top team in the South.
Lauderdale getting away with a couple elbows. Now going to the flat ball screen. Watch the coverage here from San Diego. The quick.
Fox, long three, long rebound. Chased down by Fox. The Hornets with another opportunity. They're still sitting on 2 points. They trail it by 9.
We got McLean matched up on Lauderdale down low. They can't get him the ball.
Reese with a drive on Wilborn. Help from Lee and a foul called. Reese, well, we'll see if he's heading to the line. It looked like he got into the act of shooting.
Smart, Jeff. Even if he doesn't get the free throws, he picked up a foul on Wilborn, and that might be. Oh, did they not give it to Wilborn?
They gave it to Lee on the help. So
he got lucky
break for the Knights.
He got lucky.
Very lucky. I thought that was clearly on Wilborn, but
right on the switch, he had a cross match there on the pick and roll switch.
If you're the Knights, you'll take it.
No question about that. Hate to see the big man waste any fouls on perimeter play.
Yeah. And I wonder at what point Coach Charlins is going to get into the ear of a referee and say Lauderdale's throwing a bunch of elbows and expect the cheap one to be called here later on. Say sooner rather than later.
Yeah, he comes up to set that high ball screen, and he's not necessarily stationary, in my opinion.
This isn't a matchup, guys, that you would think might be an advantage for Fullerton if they can bring Wilborn onto the perimeter. Reese has some range to his game. 11-3.
Into the double ball screen again. This time the dribble weave.
Taylor off to McLean. Round a Lee screen. Long three again for McLean. Off the iron. Long rebound. McCoy keeps it alive. McLean saves it. Hard to the glass. Off to Taylor. Lays it in.
What a great dime it was there from McLean. He gets his man in the air, dumps the ball off, and look at Taylor into the ball pressure. See, Fox is having to work very hard just to enter the offense. And look how far out they're operating.
Barnes
love it.
Faces up on McCoy. A baseline drive out to Fox. Forces up a three. That's no good. Rebound out to Lee.
And right
San
now,
Diego City in complete control right now.
Yeah, the Hornets are pressing. We've not seen that this weekend.
The Knights are doing a good job of pushing the Hornets off their spots. And on this side, look at the patience and the ball movement, something we were looking for yesterday and got it late. The Knights found their rhythm late yesterday.
Brumsey at the elbow, drops it off to Wilborn. Shot clock down to 6. Back to Brumsey. He'll try for 3. That's no good. Rebound outside to Lauderdale, who goes down. The foul called on Darius Lee.
Insult to injury is Lee misses on the shot, and then that's a second on Lee, by the way.
Yeah, Lee with the three-point attempt. Couldn't get it to go. So Lee now with a couple of fouls. Here comes Brumsey to return. So Smith and Brumsey. Set the lineup for you very quickly. It'll be Smith, Brumsey, Taylor, along with McCoy and Edwards checking in for San Diego City.
Now, let's see what happens with the Knight pressure here with Fox on the bench. Do they come with the double team? Yes,
Meanwhile,
they do.
Nigel Carter checks in for Fullerton. That's the first move to the bench for the Hornets.
Good fake.
Long pass to Carter, and Lauderdale tracks it down. He's in the corner, checked by McCoy. McCoy rips it out, and it's going to stay with Fullerton off of San Diego City.
Hornets get lucky there as Lauderdale tried to throw that off of McCoy. McCoy was ready for it, but he rips it out and goes back to the Hornets.
Hornets were sloppy yesterday against the back traps. See if they can do a great duck in.
Looking for Ross.
Foul on
and
Edwards.
He's going to be held by Edwards. Ross in the first meeting between these two teams went for 14 points and 9 rebounds.
Coach Charlin's doing the math right now at 6-2. Not happy.
Well, he wasn't happy yesterday. It was 9-1 at one point.
Anderson pivots back left. Down low to Lauderdale. Left-handed layup is good.
That's textbook right there. That's a great job by Lauderdale quick and ready hands, and he goes up to the basket, does not bring the ball down.
How about the guard play, using the dribble to improve the passing angle?
Absolutely.
Anderson averaging 7.5 assists a game up here this weekend.
Great defense from Anderson.
Smith quickly double teamed off to Taylor. Brumsey on the drive, in traffic, soft touch, won't go. Rebound fought for, controlled by Taylor, but he stepped on the end line.
He did. That's a pretty good set offensively for the Knights. They get the offensive rebound too. They just turn it over inadvertently, but really like what I'm seeing out of the Knights here so far here, Will.
No question about that.
Staying with the full court trap. It's Reese over the timeline, into the lane, off to Lauderdale, in from the left in the jam.
Lauderdale starting to wake up down low with a monster two-handed flush.
Let's see if that wakes up the Hornets back within 6.
It certainly woke everybody up in the gym that's on a siesta right now up until that play.
McCoy, checked by Ross, ball fake, drives baseline, hangs in the air, shot no good, knocked out of play. It's going back to Fullerton.
Those are the shots the Fullerton defense wants you to have to take, those pull-up, off-balance shots over two defenders. The Knights spacing has suffered a little with the foul trouble early.
Now, the viewership for the San Diego games have been really good. Everybody, did you check your clocks? Remember, we had to fast forward 1 hour. So
Lauderdale
travel
down low into Edwards and a blocking call.
Is that on the shot or down low?
They're gonna wave that off.
Should be down low. There should have been a travel earlier in that possession.
First foul on Edwards. Lauderdale will head to the line. Lauderdale, a 65% foul shooter. Came in averaging 10.1 points per game. Just had the big dunk.
Look at that beast.
That one in and out. Brumsey has the rebound.
Knights are on the run.
Familiar refrain here. Free throw is going to be so very critical. McCoy will try from 3. That's good.
He can hit that shot. We saw him in the Yuba game, and yesterday we talked about him and Taylor really keying that run versus the defending state champs. Of course, we're going to have a new state champ this season after this game.
Anderson angles right, fans it out to Carter. Carter back up top. Shot clock at 13. Anderson starts a drive. In on McCoy. Scoop shot blocked by McCoy. Out of play. It's going back to San Diego City.
That was blocked off of Anderson, out of bounds.
McCoy, very talented, timing his jumps in those situations. You can see Fox right back in for the Hornets.
Jeff, was it McCoy who you likened to a little bit to Tayshaun Prince back versus the game in Yuba?
Yeah, I believe so.
Versus
Certainly the body type seems to bear some similarity. Of course, not quite as tall as Tayshaun Prince, but yeah, and that same kind of ability inside-outside game as well. McLean, long 3, rimming no good. Rebound on the floor, and McLean darts in. Interior feed off of McCoy, stolen by Fox. Carter will try for 3 off the back iron. Taylor wants to run. It's a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Taylor flies in and lays it in.
And the Knights are really just beating Fullerton in every aspect of the game right now. They're executing better. They are shooting it better. And Fullerton, this is very uncharacteristic ball play here from them.
Ross down low, half hook, won't go. Lauderdale with the follow.
Right now it's Lauderdale carrying the load.
Well, right, they're back to that weak side duck in the post, but then you have to clean up and block out the glass. Lauderdale with the two-handed follow.
It all started with great position down low for Ross, too, guys. 18-9. Brumsey out of a double team. McCoy with a long 3. Oof. No good. Long rebound to Lauderdale. Pressured by McCoy. Lauderdale still on the dribble. McCoy with the reach in.
Oh, Coach Webster can't be happy about that. Fox, where are you at? You got to come and help your big man. He's not supposed to bring that up.
Yep.
You get away with one there. 1-1 coming to Lauderdale.
Yeah, 8th team foul
You're lucky.
for San Diego City.
Fortunately, Lauderdale had his off arm in there to protect and not have a turnover in that situation.
What a start for Lauderdale. I think both of us thinking the same thing to go and look that up. 8 points, 4 rebounds.
We're usually on the same page with that.
Yeah, 4 of 4 from the field. Did miss his first free throw and get another one here. Up and good.
The Mount Sac women into the gym. They will take on College of the Siskiyous in our second game today, the final for the women.
What an intriguing matchup.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
Matt, did we get to our Twitter question today? Or? Well, we do have a different Twitter question today, and we'll have that for you.
Happy you've joined us, everybody. Spread the word, www.socalcollegesports.com. You can also go to the 3C2A website. We are broadcasting live via YouTube. Go to our channel, SoCal College Sports 1. Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stoynoff, Will Cowan with you on today's broadcast. Technical director Matt Henson, camera operators Brianna Marquez and Jorge Cepeda.
18-11 after the 2 made free throws by Lauderdale Smith. Holding outside. Brumsey on the drive, and it's Carter who gets a hand in for the steal. Fox over the timeline. In on Taylor, down low, Barnes, turnaround shot, missed everything. Ross trying to keep it alive, and it's out of play back to San Diego City.
San Diego City doing a nice job hustling defensively. They're putting on great ball pressure. They need to continue their ball movement on offense. Now bringing in the big fellow will help here for San Diego. Wilburn back in the game down low.
Barnes off to a slow start for Fullerton in this one. He's now 0 for 4 from the field. McLean swings it around to Taylor. Knights working it around the outside, shot clock at 14. Taylor retrieves that pass. 9 to go on the shot clock. McLean way outside. Drives it on. Carter comes up shooting and hitting.
Tough shot. Tough shot, Jeff, off the dribble to the baseline.
Over the outstretched arms of Jonathan Ross. That's just a big-time shot from McLean.
Fox not attacking as hard off the pick and roll as you'd like to see. Another great dump off.
McLean swats it away, but the foul called. Ross now will head to the line for a couple of free throws.
That'll be his first on McLean. He's got to be careful. He got into a little foul trouble yesterday reaching in. Fullerton's so good looking for those dump-off passes, Jeff, that they do pick up a lot of fouls from the guards having to help inside on the post.
Yeah, the first time these two teams met, they combined for 61 free throws.
Well, there's no question with the San Diego, as hard as they play, they're going to foul. There's no question about that. The Hornets have not been whistled for many early. Only 2 team fouls against Fullerton based on the zone defense.
7-point lead for the Knights. Mitchell has returned for San Diego City. McLean dancing on the dribble, fires it out to Mitchell. Shot clock at 14 as Smith starts to drive on Carter. He'll back it out. Wilborn with great position
work.
Down low. Barnes comes on the double team. Shot no good. Mitchell in a crowd. Fouled on the way up. He's going to the line.
Yeah, Wilborn, nice work there off the ball. Just missed a little right-hand turnaround. Was well executed there, no question about it. Mitchell, very, very, very good timing those rebounds with his jumps, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Free throw rims out for Jameer Mitchell.
Lauderdale right back in for the Hornets, down 7. 9 to go. I'm sure they'll be working that high-low to him momentarily.
Yeah, he has been the lone bright spot offensively for the Hornets. 10 points already. Mitchell 1 out of 2 from the line.
Knights going right into the full court press again. They're going to really make Fox work every inch of the court to see if they switch this rub. Nope, they're going to fall back and just zigzag him a little bit here. And into the 2-2-1 press now. First time we've seen this from the Knights.
Over to Reese as the Hornets break the press, but the shot clock already down to 15.
1-2-2 zone now from the Knights, changing it up.
High post, this is Reese, turnaround shot is good.
Wilborn gets it, operating very much so outside. Forced out by Lauderdale. He dribbles in, lays it up. That's too easy. Lauderdale has to move his feet better, maybe even take one in the chest.
You know, Perry Webster talked about the need for Lauderdale to wall up and stop Wilborn from backing him down so much, but that's the second time that Wilborn's been able to do it.
And where's the double team? Got to bring help. Maybe that delayed double. See if he can fluster the big man, force a turnover. Lauderdale with it out front.
McLean so smart defensively. The quick switch to stay in front of Fox.
Indeed. Fox gets it up on the rim. Can he get the roll? No. Tapped out by Wilborn. Here's McLean. Brumsy in transition here for the Knights. Up at the basket on Reese. Lays it up and lays it in. It's a double-digit lead now here for the Knights, 25-15.
That's a pretty strong finish from Brumsy. Reese was really waiting for him at the front of the rim, and he just slid it in around him.
And look at the intensity right into the ball pressure. It's another moving screen for Lauderdale gets away with.
Fox puts it up off the top of the apparatus. It's going to go back to the Knights.
Fox looking for a call there as his ball did hit the apparatus, as we like to say, commonly known as a safety strap in other parts of the country.
I don't think that was a strap. I think that was actually the top of the apparatus. So it'll go back to the Knights regardless. McLean will bring it up.
That's one thing we love, Will. It's a 50-cent word.
It's true. Wilborn out front. Working on Lauderdale. He goes back to work inside. That's great feet. That's a travel. I thought it was good feet down there. He was bumped. Probably initiated the travel, but they're letting him play. And Lauderdale's gotten away with a lot of contact in the mid-post offensively and now down low.
Lauderdale got away with the bump. The big fella landed. His jump stop was not a 2-foot landing. That was where the travel came.
Yeah.
It was a 1-2. And that'll get you every time on the step through. You got to land on a 2-foot base.
Yeah.
And the real question is how to get away with the bump, and a good way to do it is to keep those hands straight up in the air.
You got to get Kenny Barnes initiated. Anderson from three.
Anderson hit a couple of big threes in the second half yesterday as the Hornets finally pulled away from Feather River.
Playing out to Wonder Smith. Smith to his left off to Brumsy. Brumsy dribbling up and down, working on Kenny Barnes. He's not going anywhere. Reese now guarding. This is Taylor into the lane. Banks it up. No good. Rebounded by Kenny Barnes. Off to Fox. Transition. Lauderdale down the floor. Not a clean catch. He's on the baseline in the short corner. Kicks it out. Gets it back on the repost. He has a wide open man in the corner. Anderson another one from three. No, he'll take it from 15. That's good.
Nick Anderson starting to heat up to 5 in a row.
Yeah, Fullerton is starting to get a little bit better ball movement now, picking up their intensity on D. Staying with the man-to-man.
McLean out front to Brumsy. Brumsy drives the lane, spins back to his right, goes up with it, can't get it to go, rebounded by Reese. Reese off to Fox. Fox surveying the floor, looking for something to open up. Directing traffic. He wants to go one-on-one with Barnes down low. Barnes, here comes a delayed double from McLean. It's stripped out. McLean in transition, stolen back by Fox. Fox now, no numbers, 2-on-2. He'll put it up off the glass, no good. Rebounded by the big man, Wilborn. McLean leaks out. Wide open from three, no. He'll cross court over here to Wonder Smith. That's great transition defense from Ian Fox, and it's a steal. And it's a foul by Wilborn.
That should be number 2 on Wilborn.
And Mitch Charlin's up in arms. He's saying, you cannot pick that up. Let it go. We need you out on the floor. We'll take the layup on the other end.
Let me correct that. That should be his first.
I think Coach Charlins is a little more upset with the fact that he feels like the Knights are getting fouled on their penetrations down here. 10-3 now the team fouls in favor of Fullerton.
Well, I think he has an absolutely valid gripe.
Well, there's no question that Fox and company are very, very physical guarding, particularly McLean and also obviously Smith, who initiate so much penetration. You got to give those guys some love in the championship game, I think.
Remember, Ian Fox had 35 in the win on day one in the quarters. That went over Cañada.
Yeah, that's just the 14th free throw attempt between the two teams combined. So I think there is certainly a dynamic here to which they're letting them play.
Fox hits on both free throws.
See the last 5 minutes, who can really close out this half. Right now, I believe the momentum's starting to shift to the Hornets. They're beginning to get a little hitch in their giddy up.
And the defense shows. Brumsy at the elbow, pulls up his dribble, has nowhere to go, brings it back out to Taylor. Taylor back to Brumsy. They're looking inside. Where's the spacing, guys? Nothing there. Wilborn's going to come out, pick and roll, fakes the screen. Step back three from McLean. That's just a tough shot. Can't get it to go. Rebound. This could be a foul on Lauderdale, right?
Oh.
Against Wilborn.
Yeah,
wow.
They're going to say he pulled him.
And Coach Charlins can't believe it. Frankly, I can't either.
That's a big call. It's the second foul on Wilborn. You have to believe he's going to come out of the game at this point.
Well, they're going to say that Wilborn was holding back Lauderdale. I thought Lauderdale was pinning him with both arms down low, but they saw the action up top from Wilborn. You could argue you could call a double foul in that scenario, but it's 2 shots coming for Lauderdale from the free throw line. First one, no good.
Lauderdale now 2 of 4 from the line. Evan Swanger, Richard Patterson, Eddie Shannon, the officials today.
The Knights are going to have to get this done defensively the next 5 minutes here. They're going to have to get out in transition and get some easy shots.
Well, that ought to sound familiar for them this season, I think.
Well,
at least they won't be surprised by that.
They're at their best with some tempo. Fullerton's still man-to-man here against the double screen.
Brumsey to the left side over a double pick. Lee out front. He's working with 2 fouls. Lee works the lane, working on Ross. Nowhere to go inside to McCoy. Up and under move. Can't get it to go. Lauderdale with a rebound.
Got to compliment Fox on his defense on McLean last possession. Excellent defense off the ball in the lead.
Reese from 3. That's no good. There's a foul down low.
Is that going to be on Ross?
Or no, okay, so it hit the ribbon. Well, I got to tell you, the ribbon that they have, the safety ribbon that we've talked about, or the cable, that seems to be in the court of play a little bit too often here this weekend.
Yeah, a lot of these newly designed baskets put the safety strap in that angle versus the old ones that kind of come back off the wall that are much friendlier to the shooter with a high bounce. We've seen the strap in play many times.
Yeah. Reese to the bucket, gets a screen from Ross. That one blocked up top. Back the other way we come. Here's McCoy in transition. That's going to be a block. Oh, gosh. That's a terrible call. He didn't take it in the chest.
But it fires up the Fullerton bench.
Well, what do you think about that call? It's not in the chest. The offensive player works it around. He goes through the shoulder on the side. Fox goes down, they just make the call.
Well,
I disagreed with that one.
Fox's feet were clearly outside the red restricted area, and the point of emphasis now with the officials is if the defense can set their feet outside the RA, they will call the charge, and that's what you saw there. Actually, that was called the way they're supposed to call it, not that I agree with the way it's interpreted.
Ross inside, hook shot, no good. Rebound up high for it, that's Lee. Lee gonna bring it up, point forward scenario. He's fouled. Coach Charlins egging on the officials, and he's going to be warned. So the bench is warned for clapping because the officials called one in favor for San Diego. That's pretty Bush League here, Will. And I'm not saying that's against San Diego City. I think that's that's unwarranted from the refs. You're having a rough stretch here in the game as a referee. Just let it go. You have a team clapping on their own individuals out on the floor.
I felt like he was trying to motivate his fans.
Very uncalled for. Well, this is a crew that had some struggles yesterday in the semifinals. That's a carry by Taylor, not called, maybe a bit of a makeup no call. McCoy wide open from 3, elects not to take it, shoots it from 15, that's a little long, rebounded by Anderson.
Fox on the loose, Lauderdale running free.
Lauderdale, no, this is Ross down low, he'll lay it up and in, and he's fouled.
And if that is, I believe that's number 3 on Lee.
Now, I think that should go on McCoy. See what they call it on.
They're going to catch McCoy for reaching in there?
Yeah.
The transition defense from the Knights was not good. McCoy missed the shot and did not get back defensively, leaving a 3-on-1 fast break. Both bigs for Fullerton hustled down the floor, obviously ending up with Ross at the three-point play.
Surprised they don't have McCoy and Wilborn out on the floor. I thought they've worked very well together early on here. McCoy will come off. Wilborn replaces him. So we'll set the lineup for you. It's Taylor, McLean, Wilborn, Wonder Smith, and Lee out there for San Diego.
There's one interesting thing to mention here. In the first matchup between these teams, it was Romario Wilson who had 20 points off the bench to lead the Knights, and he hasn't appeared in the game today.
Could just be a matchup issue here. Wonder if Coach Charlins will go to it in the second half. It's a lead for Fullerton. Wilborn guarded by Ross now. See if he can go to work. Drop step, no. He'll go to the middle. Fadeaway jumper inside, no good. Tapped out by Lee. Lee, very good energy so far here for the Knights. Back out to Taylor on the perimeter, driving the lane. Left-handed layup, no good. Lee tries to tap it out, and he's fouled by Barnes. Only the 15th foul.
Yeah, guys, I think the thing that's really tough for Fullerton in this matchup, at least so far today, is San Diego City is able to spread it out with 3 guards. And the Hornets really don't have that third guard. They're a little bit bigger up front.
Yeah.
San Diego very bouncy also, getting off the ground. That's a foul there on the side of the elbow.
That's just great touch from Wilborn. He takes the contact. He said, you know what? I got this anyway. Lead back to the Knights. 2:30 to go here in the first half.
Look at the ball pressure again.
Offense starting well out front. Barnes trying to duck in. He has to come out. Lee, very good defense down low. Can he finish the possession? He does. It's a steal. Wonder Smith now in transition. No numbers, off to McLean. McLean will slow things up. Back to Wonder Smith. Over to Lee.
Great transition defense from the Hornets on that time, sprinting back to the paint.
Very, very good. It's what you teach him here, Coach. Wilborn down low. Let's see if he can go to work. He does. Here comes a double team. No. A bit of a shuffle. Wonder Smith out front for 3. That's short. Rebounded by Anderson.
I like the inside-out play. Those are going to be easy threes for San Diego if they stick with it.
Agreed. The floater no good from Anderson. Rebounded by McLean.
He's tough.
McLean will turn on the Jets. He'll bring it up. Some contact there from Anderson. No call. Lee on the baseline. Maybe got away with not being established in bounds. He has it. He'll bring it back out. Darius Lee looking inside. Gets screened off. That's just a foul on Kenny Barnes.
You know, on the previous possession, guys, Wilborn really backed off there, not wanting to pick up another foul, and Anderson had a shot from about 4 feet, and he just missed it.
Second foul on Kenny Barnes, and he'll probably have to come off here for the remainder of the half. 1:30 to go. The lead back to the Knights here, 27-26. Got a good one here in the final for the men.
Lauderdale in. Watch the cross screen and the rollback. Look at the Wonder Smith there.
Smith wide open. He's held by Anderson. This can be a 1-on-1.
Well, if nothing else, Coach Charlins' warning did get the point across that he would like to see his team near the free throw at least once this half. And now in the bonus quickly.
Mission accomplished here. So some cheapies at the free throw line. Wonder Smith from the stripe on the season, 68%.
The Knights 3 of 6 so far from the line today, and they've struggled all weekend from the line.
Sounds like UK numbers. First free throw rattles home for Wonder Smith. Back to a 2-point lead for the Knights.
I would take out the big fellow right now.
Yeah, I don't want to pick up that second one.
Just put on the press. He's got to be careful.
And if you're Fullerton, I think you go right at Wilborn down low.
Absolutely. Give the ball to Lauderdale and let him take it one-on-one.
Absolutely.
See what happens here in the cross match. If he's even guarded, he's not on Lauderdale. Smart move there from Coach Charlins, putting him off the ball on Ross.
Ross can operate in the low post and on the perimeter as well. They're going to try and duck him in, I think.
He can, just not as physical probably. Lauderdale, great steal.
It's a good job inside. Fox just puts one up, hoping for a call, not going to get it. Wonder Smith brings it back the other way. Smith behind his back, gives off to McLean. McLean going to slow things down, looking to enter into the big man Wilborn.
The arm bar, yes.
That's a foul. Travel.
Oh, no.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, boy. Not only was it a good spin move on a front pivot, Lauderdale gave him the arm bar, which is probably what caused his other foot to come up because he hit him.
Well,
oh, boy.
Refereeing a little suspect here in the first half. That's about as far as I'm going to go on that one. Under a minute to go here in the first.
The commish has the red pen out on that one over there.
Absolutely. Carter driving the lane. That's way too easy. It's a good shot. It's off the back iron. Gets his own rebound. He'll go up with it. He has it blocked out of bounds by Wilborn.
The Knights do challenge shots in the air. Something you do not see a ton of in the Orange Empire Conference. A lot of charges taken, a lot of verticality. San Diego will leap and challenge shots in the air. Hence their fouling problem. But they do block quite a few shots.
Yeah. Oh, a cheap one for Ross down low. Cuts it to a 1-point lead.
Yeah, they run Carter through, and then Ross follows right through, ends up with a great look.
Yeah, great seal on the switch, Jeff. Good call.
McLean working on Fox. Through his legs out to Smith. Smith going to reset here. Not much of a differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Do you maybe call a timeout here, set up a play? No, you're going to let him play on. Hold for the last shot. McLean going to go to work on Fox, looking for a screen from Edwards, it looks like. He might just go back to his left.
Needs to get a slip screen here.
There goes McLean. McLean tried to get it up. He fires it from 30, falling away, no good. San Diego trying to spring to upset. It's an all-South final here in the men. And Coach Charlins for San Diego going to come out immediately and talk to the refereeing crew. We wonder what kind of an effect that's going to have in the second half. Back in a moment with a halftime recap. Stay tuned. Halftime here from Las Positas. It's the men's final in the 3C2A. Mike Cepeda, Will Cowan, Jeff Stoynoff with you. And, gentlemen, we have a good one here. 29-28 San Diego with a 1-point lead and really dominated a lot of that first half. Hornets able to chip away at the end, though.
Yeah, you'd have to expect that. The Hornets certainly not going to go away after trailing big early. Want to throw one key stat at you that I think is really defining this game. The first time these two teams met, it was the Hornets who had a double-digit advantage in rebounding. Today, San Diego City +9 in the first half, so they're getting on the boards. That obviously is so critical.
San Diego does a tremendous job on the rebounding. There's no question. They also, as we've talked about, challenge a lot of shots in the air. They've caused Fox 0 for 7 to miss some shots around the rim he normally makes. But we talked about it in the outset. Lauderdale leading all scorers right now for the Hornets with 11 points and 5 rebounds. He's been very effective inside. But on the other side, Wilborn right there with 9 and 5. So we expected the battle inside. So, Mike, the wild cards, who do you think's got to step up either way to really put one team over the top?
If it's Fullerton, I think it's Kenny Barnes. Kenny Barnes had a huge game yesterday, obviously the big done. Right now, 0 points. And obviously he's going to have to be a huge part of what they do in the second half. I think for Fullerton, they're going to win here and hold serve as the top team in the South. All-South final. On the other side of the ball, it's McLean and Smith. 2 perimeter shooters, really the go-to guys from the outside for San Diego. If they have a big second half, Knights are going to win the state championship.
Wonder Smith needs to get himself out in transition and get some easy buckets, get some confidence going, maybe get to the foul line. As the half wore on, San Diego began to draw some of that contact and get to the free throw line, and that will continue. The officials will not let this get out of hand. They will call it tighter. So that's Wonder Smith's ticket. He's got to be aggressive, he's got to attack, and he is the wild card.
Yeah, guys, San Diego City has to knock down some threes in the second half. Barnes and Fox a combined 0 for 11 from the field in the first half. That's simply not going to continue in the second half.
No.
The way to offset that, knock down some shots from outside.
And the silver lining is they're only down by 1.
Yep.
So if you're Fullerton, you like your chances here going into the second half. But man, San Diego, they were down 15 yesterday to the top seed in the North, San Francisco, the defending state champs, and they came back to win it and find themselves in the final for Championship Sunday.
Hey, if there's one thing that we're not going to say this week, and we haven't, but we're certainly not going to start saying it now, that is, I don't see how San Diego City can win. They keep on doing it, so obviously they have a very real chance.
Very live.
San Diego City 30 wins on the year, so it's not like they're unfamiliar with coming out on top. They play very well in close games. Another big key for me with them is if they can move the ball and not get stagnant and let that Hornet D lock in on them.
20 minutes away from crowning a state champion here in the 3C2A for 2017. We'll find out coming up on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Reese holding outside. The Hornets have it first, trailing by 1. Off to Lauderdale. Shot clock down to 11. Lauderdale trying to establish in the low post. The turnaround won't go. Anderson trying to fight for the rebound, but it's off of Fullerton. Back to San Diego City. Wonder Smith in the corner. Same starting 5 starting the second half for the Knights. McLean along with Brumsey. Mitchell, Smith, and Wilborn. This is Wilborn. Backing down, lost the handle, foul call. This is on Nick Anderson. It's number 3.
Oh, wow. Big development here to open the second half.
Anderson has 3. Ian Fox, well, Fox doesn't have any, but Barnes has 2. Dylan Reese has 2. Wilborn, a drive on Lauderdale. Fakes right to the fadeaway, scores.
He's got great touch there. He doesn't like going up with his left hand, but he creates enough space on the lean that he can get that right-handed shot up. Well done. Lauderdale not trying to pick up any fouls. Wow, a great screen there from Lauderdale. Fox didn't use it, though.
McLean hounding Anderson, who finally has it. Barnes in a switch into the lane, quickly surrounded. Lauderdale from 14 feet. That's good.
That's a shot that Lauderdale can hit. He can really burn the Knights here in the second half. You can get that going.
Kendall Lauderdale with 13 in the game.
Wilborn came on the double team to help McLean down low, and it cost them because the rotation was late. Lauderdale scored. Now back to Wilborn possibly in the post. He's working.
Now he has Lauderdale on him.
There he is.
And this is Wilborn. Starts to back down. Spins baseline. Fox trying to dig it out. What's the call? It's going to stay with San Diego City.
If you're McLean, you have to move on the perimeter. Go relocate to the corner. Give your big man a target because that double team's going to come.
Yes. And
Mitchell in the lane. Fade away. No good. Rebound on the floor. Fox has it. He's bumped by Wonder Smith.
Fox is so tough. I was going to make that point on the previous play, and it just saw it again there. He has a nose for the ball. He hustles, and he has drawn a very important foul, but he's also knocked the ball loose on the dive down. And to Mike's point, McLean must relocate.
Orange Empire Conference MVP Ian Fox had 35 in the game and the win over Kenyatta in the quarters.
Still looking for his first field goal today. Barnes in from the right, missed the reverse layup. Wonder Smith has the rebound. Back the other way for the Knights, fans it out. Mitchell doesn't want the shot, and instead the Knights will set up. McLean, a drive on Fox, fans it out. 3 on the way, no good. Long rebound, Nick Anderson has it for Fullerton.
No hurry from the Hornets, settling into the half court, and it was side screen and roll with Lauderdale.
Fox driving the baseline, out to Reese for 3, in and out. Rebound tapped around to Brumsey. Brumsey back the other way, but the Hornets are back. Little stutter step on the drive. The runner no good. Might have been a pass. Either way, batted around. Lauderdale has it.
You know, Coach, Lauderdale's been very huge in this one so far. He has 13, but I'm seeing him a little winded out there.
Hornets looking for the lead. Fox still dancing. Fans it out. Anderson wide open for 3. Rims high, no good. Off the ribbon or cable.
That would be a safety strap. Okay, so let me explain.
Safety strap what we're going with
the
now?
Safety strap is the thick black one. The cable is the actual wire that moves the mechanism on the apparatus.
And the entire thing is the apparatus.
That's correct.
Keep on we're dissecting the actual apparatus this week, and I love it.
Day 4. We finally got our terminology down. McCoy on for San Diego City as McLean leans over the dribble.
Great defense from Anderson on Wonder Holmes.
Taylor
Smith
drives at baseline. McCoy passes on the 3. Starts a drive. Foul called before the shot.
Surprised they didn't give him continuation there. I think McCoy has to shoot that 3 in rhythm.
Sorry, guys. Kenny Barnes with the foul. That's his 3rd. So the Hornets working themselves into some foul trouble. That's exactly what Perry Webster didn't want. McCoy circles right, shot up, and a foul.
So on Lauderdale, you hope.
I really like McCoy when he's working to his right. He's patient. He used his body. He leaned in. Did a nice job.
Guys, that's the 4th foul on Kenny Barnes. Still looking for his first point today after a massive game against Feather River
well, there goes
in the
X-Factor.
semifinals.
Ross checks in with 7 points in the first half. He was effective, so we'll see. The Hornets can hang in there.
Yeah, he was effective in the first half as he was in the first meeting between these two teams. So perhaps not a total loss here for the Hornets.
Yeah, keep an eye on the Knights' D. Their ball pressure's been great, but they've really been forcing Fox down to the baseline into the weeds where he's having trouble getting his vision. He's not getting into the middle like he would like.
Boy, McLean really overplaying Nick Anderson all day, and he's making him work.
He is.
Ross back out to Fox. The Hornets will reset as Fox directs traffic.
That was the first time into the middle so far.
A drive on Taylor. Fox has to force it up. No call. Taylor's got the rebound. But Anderson steps in front with the steal. No numbers for the Hornets. It's a 2-on-3, so Anderson's going to pull it back out. Lauderdale way outside. Now the Hornets will look to set up. Shot clock at 18. Anderson in on Wilborn. Back out to Fox, guarded closely by Taylor. Interior feed to Ross. It's on the floor. Taylor trying to get it. And a timeout called. It's going to be taken by San Diego City. Meanwhile, Taylor is down holding his left knee.
Yeah, I believe Ross landed. It was not intentional. Ross just came down right on top of the knee there.
Hopefully just a bruise.
Yep.
15-31. I want to take a quick time here to just bring up, Matt, if you can bring up the graphic one more time. I would just want to open up a little discussion today. Hey, we're moving into day 4, final day of the tournament. Go ahead and tweet at us. What's been your favorite game to watch and in the CCAA basketball championships here in 2017 so far? And guys, I used a purposefully vague term there. What was maybe the best basketball in your opinion? Just the most intriguing matchup? Maybe just your favorite team's best performance? But throw it open out there and let us know what's been the most fun to watch. I have a thought on this one, and see what you guys think on your favorite game to watch so far.
And if you have anything to feed back, just want to give us a simple hello, go to SoCal College SBO on Twitter. How about a shout out to James Giles, son of Scott Giles, watching back home.
Watching on the big screen.
Remember, you can watch on the big screen, upscale to 1080p via the Apple TV or Xbox One on the YouTube app. SoCal College Sports 1. Here we go.
McLean will bring it up. The Knights with the 4-point lead in the ball. McCoy faces up on Ross. Hard drive to the basket. Layup no good. Ross taps the rebound to himself.
Got to have those point blank.
Boy,
Yeah.
McCoy, when he can get in space on Ross, that is a difficult matchup for Jonathan Ross, and he got right to the front of the rim there but couldn't convert on the layup. McCoy steps in front, chases it down. Anderson giving chase. McCoy will dunk it.
You know, something we talked about, Lauderdale may be a little tired because he didn't go after that ball with the intensity he needed. And McCoy, that's easy pickings for him on the interception.
Quick 5-0 run gives the Knights a 6-point lead. Reese spins baseline in a crowd out to Anderson. Around to Fox. He'll fire for 3, in and out. Lauderdale on the offensive glass. Back up. Yes, and a foul. And is that going to be on Wilborn?
Yes, it is. His third.
You know, it's amazing, guys, win or lose here. Fullerton is just a fascinating team. You look at Fox, who explodes in the quarterfinals. Then it's Barnes in the second game. Now it's Lauderdale today. And yet, when we talk to Perry Webster, he's concerned. I'm not sure that we have the depth that we need. So.
Lauderdale's been solid. Probably would have been advised for Wilborn and probably just let him go on that one and not create the 3-point play.
I got some feedback on the question. What's your favorite game this week? And Gaucho, dude, favorite game was watching Syracuse over ELAC.
You know what's funny? That was my favorite too. That's crazy that the first one that we had. Just a really intriguing matchup. Some terrific basketball, great performance on both sides from two teams that I think were powerful contenders here for a state championship. But having said that, it's Mount San Antonio College that will be battling against College of the Siskiyous in our second game.
Great entry.
Wilborn in a crowd, can't get that one to go. The Hornets have it.
Thought he rushed that inside, Will.
No question, he had time. He should have just pulled up and shot off the pivot. Lauderdale into the ball screen for Fox.
Anderson around a Ross screen. Fox, baseline drive, fans it out. Reese drives the lane, spins back to his left. Left-handed scoop is good. Pretty move from Dylan Reese.
Coach Webster, before the game, talked about this is one of the most skilled 7-player units that he's ever seen at this level. Not coached, obviously only in the second year coaching. And what a great job by Coach Webster. He's built a team to contend for a state title here in only his second year, Coach of the Year in the OEC and maybe in the 3C2A.
A 5-0 run for San Diego City gives way to a 5-0 run for Fullerton. You get the feeling we're going to go down the stretch in a tight one here. 3, no good. Long rebound on the floor. Hard drive. This is Romario Wilson. Missing the shot there. The Hornets have the rebound. Quickly back the other way. They get it down to Ross. Back to Lauderdale and a traveling call. And that one, an easy call for Lauderdale. Took off before the dribble comes down.
See if the Hornets go back to that 2-3 zone. They do. Be interesting to see how McLean can get himself free against this zone.
Brumsey at the controls. So McLean, as the Knights work it around the outside, shot clock down to 12. Trying to penetrate this zone defense. McCoy into the lane, quickly surrounded. Forces one up on the glass, won't go. Rebound pulled down by Ross.
Great tracking of the ball by Reese to tap that one out.
Hornets once again looking for the lead. McCoy picks up Fox in a switch. Fox with the runner high off the glass.
What a finish.
Well, he got one to go. That's probably the energy Fox needed to pick it up a little offensively. He has been great on defense, but now finally getting on the points.
Yeah, his first field goal gives the Hornets the lead as we wind down under 12 minutes to go. McLean from way downtown, back iron, over the backboard. It'll go back to Fullerton. The Hornets will look to extend on a 7-0 run. They have the lead and the ball.
Well, if you're City, I think you'll take that shot. You don't mind McLean shooting maybe a little bit further out than you would like, but McLean has to be aggressive. We talked about they're going to have to hit shots from the perimeter, and that's one right there that you really don't mind McLean with the ability to hit that.
Nope, I would agree. The only thing I would think is we want to see Wilborn. Here comes the run and jump.
Yeah, Mitchell giving chase. They try to double team Fox off to Anderson. Terrific feed to Ross, but right through the 5-hole.
And the reason why that happens, it's a great job. You talked about the run and jump and the trapping that speeds it up. And sometimes when you speed up the game offensively, you tend to be prone to turning it over.
Yep. All right, where's Wilborn down low against this zone? You got to work the ball inside, hopefully into the high post or to the short corner.
Got to have somebody flashing. Wilborn can hit that 14-footer.
This is Brumsey in the low post.
Mitchell.
Excuse me. Jameer Mitchell with the finish.
Jeff, I see where you're going because you have Mitchell and Brumsey on the floor. It's 12 and 2, and sometimes the jersey will fold over and take away the one.
I only saw half the number there, but it was Mitchell. Want to make sure we give credit.
Of course.
With a terrific finish. Fox around the screen for 3, rimming no. Foul on the rebound. Let's see who the call is on.
Lauderdale.
Go against Lauderdale.
Wow.
And for Lauderdale, that is just his first. Timeout on the floor, 11:04 remaining in the men's final here in the 3C2A Championships on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
However, anything really could be an apparatus.
But it's off the
Knocked off top! Kenny Moore! Whoa!
Well, the wrist was strong enough on that one.
See the replay on that one. Over the 7-footer. Posterized.
Now, in this case, you could say that the apparatus is still shaking a bit.
As Barnes annihilates the apparatus and posterizes lamest.
Reese unable to convert on the breakaway opportunity. Tries again here, and he's fouled this time. He'll head to the line for a couple of free throws.
Reese with a very quiet first half. He's about 1 for 7 on the night before that shot, I believe, and that is good to see him in the attack mode. A phenomenal athlete. Had a great effort on the defensive steal coming out of the timeout.
You know, leave it to an athletic director to be a good numbers guy. 2 for 8. Pretty good on the 1 for 7. I'll tell you, the way it stays in there like a steel trap, you pretty much nailed it.
He was 1 for 5, and he's taken 3 more shots thus far, so there you go.
Misses the first free throw, but one more coming.
There's the split for the tie, yes.
Brand new ball game, 38 apiece, 10-41 and counting. As McLean takes it over the line. Gets some instruction from Mitch Charland.
Hornets back to the man-to-man defense. Wonder Holmes there.
They'll go back to Mitchell, working on Reese. He's under the backboard, blocked. Lauderdale over to help out. The Hornets have it back. They'll look for the lead.
Wonder Smith playing excellent defense on Nick Anderson this half.
Reese drives at baseline, blocked by Wilborn. So Wilborn returns the favor.
We'll talk about it more on the next possession, but San Diego is using what we call a down coverage against the pick and roll.
Smith.
We'll show you here in a minute.
Smith misfires. Long rebound. Anderson's got it for Fullerton. Teams trading a couple of missed shots in a row.
So keep
Still
an eye
locked
here.
up at 38.
The idea for San Diego is really to push the Hornets down to the baseline. See it here.
Fox around a screen from Lauderdale, finds Anderson in the corner. Anderson drives the lane, back out Fox. Wide open for 3, rimming no good.
Man, the Knights dodged a bullet on that one. McLean will bring it up here now for San Diego City. Tied up at 38 all. Final 10-minute stretch here in the men's final. You guys smell a little overtime here?
It is entirely possible.
Ross with a block. And a great box out on McCoy, so he couldn't recover. Fox will bring it up now here for the Hornets. He had a wide open look last time down. Couldn't handle it cleanly. That's why the shot didn't go up. Fox directing traffic. He's working on
guys,
Wilborn. Here comes another 3. No.
I fully expect it'll happen, but Fox has to keep the shooter's mentality here. When the shot is there, he has to take it.
Right, but Fox had Wilborn on him with 3 fouls, and he ups to take a 3 and not attack the basket against the switch.
Go to the bucket. Now over 7 from deep. Reese outside on the dribble into the mid post. Double team, kicks it back out to Anderson. 8:27 to go in this one. Anderson now guarded by Wilborn. Anderson, high post, 3 in the key. Where's the... Okay. So foul down low, and we call it against Wonder Smith.
Smith had a hold of him. That's a tough cover for Smith on the switch there.
I thought the count was in effect. Looked like the Hornets had a lot of time there in the lane, but the foul is called, and the correct call.
Yep, they work so hard on that screen and roll to get that deep position, and sometimes you get an extra second because the seal comes off the roll and it's not a standing post up.
Darius Lee now into the ball game, covering Reese. They inbound to Reese. He's on the baseline. On the dribble. Drives baseline. The double team right there. Ross wide open from 15. That's off the back iron. Rebounded by Wilborn. Wilborn off to McLean. He'll bring it up.
The tempo has slowed to a screeching halt. San Diego not in full gear. Now keep an eye on McCoy working to short corner in behind Reese. See if they can get a ball screen here. They do.
McLean with it. Nearly turned it over. It goes out of bounds. It's going to go off of Fox. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So
and I'll tell you, Fox thought it was off of him because he dove practically into the seats to go get it.
But the ball will go back to the Hornets here. Tie ball game. And, well, with the pace and the low score here, well, you have to figure that this favors the Hornets down the stretch.
Yeah, and immediately San Diego into the run and jump. Reese in the open floor.
3-on-2 inside. That's Ross with a nifty touch from 12 feet. We have McCoy. Violation on the inbounds. It's going to go back to the Hornets. This could be a 4-point run here after a tie ball game at 38. We have a timeout taken by San Diego City College. The Knights, Coach Mitch Charland, seeing that this one possibly getting away from such a crucial juncture in this ball game. It'll be a full timeout. We'll take one ourselves. 7:39 to go in the men's final. Stay tuned. Well, boys, we got an interesting one down the stretch in the men's final, 40-38, the top team in the South, with a 2-point lead on top of the Knights.
Reese and Ross have been heating up lately.
We have some contact before the ball is inbounded between Lauderdale and McCoy. Fox freed up in the corner from three. A fadeaway is good. It's a 5-0 run, not a 4-0 run for the Hornets. They lead it 43-38.
That was a big-time shot, and they brought Fox off a little screen there so he could shoot in rhythm.
Wilborn back out. Taylor, McLean on the far side. Back to Taylor, over to Darius Lee. Lee, here comes a soft double over to Taylor up top. He has a little bit of room off the backboard, no good. Tapped out to Reese. Reese up to Anderson in transition with numbers all the way to the rack to Ross. Puts it up. Reese with the follow. 7-0 run.
Keep an eye the whole time. Keep in mind, Kenny Barnes on the bench for the Hornets with foul trouble. That is not a good sign for San Diego when that gets corrected. Excellent minutes from Ross.
And you talk about the X factor, it was Ross, not Barnes. That's a miss. And now the Hornets with a chance to go up by double digits on a three. Fox will bring it up. Ward's off the defender. He'll lay it up. No good. Tapped out. Lauderdale now with it out to Fox for three. Another one? No, it's off the back iron. He gets his own rebound, though. Another possession for the Hornets.
Guys, the Hornets are winning every loose ball right now.
Right now, City looks tired. City College, San Diego. I'll have to push off their offensive on Fox. He's done that a lot this weekend. I want to say that's the first time it's been called. .16 to go. It's a 7-point lead for Fullerton. San Diego dispatched the defending state champion City College of San Francisco Rams in the semifinal yesterday. Smith in the corner for three. Can he respond? No. Rebounded by Reese.
Smith got a good look off the baseline action.
Under 6 to go.
Into the high screen and roll now with Lauderdale.
Inside to Ross. Ross with a jump hook. No good. Crashing the rebound, but Lauderdale can't get to it. Here's McCoy in transition for the Knights. Shaky handle, gets to the rim, goes up with it. A lot of contact, straight up with it. That was Ross. That's the deciding factor. And we have some contact down low between Taylor and Lauderdale. The foul is going to go against the Knights, it looks like. And indeed, Taylor will be whistled for the foul.
Well, the Hornets have really turned on the clamps here on defense in this second half, and the Knights have been stuck on 38 for quite a while.
Yeah, the defense is at another gear right now for the Hornets, Will.
Yep, that 2-3 zone, very effective. They are extending on McLean and keeping San Diego out of the paint. That dribble penetration is what was successful early, and now the layups begin.
Reese inside to Ross. Lauderdale nearly had a tip. McLean has it now for the Knights, back the other way. No numbers. Will he slow it up? He will. Great transition defense again from the Hornets. Man, they're just so well coached.
They are good in transition. The Hornets getting back into that zone.
Taylor's got Ross in the switch.
It's a great job by Lauderdale inside, working defensively against Wilborn. McCoy will go up for the dunk after the whistle. Trying to fire his team up. Man, that would have been highlight reel stuff right there.
Just wanted to make sure the ball could still go through the hoop on that end, I think. I said, yep, there's still a hole here.
Popping out the lid on that rim.
This zone has completely neutralized Wilborn down low. The Knights unable to go to that post matchup. Oh, some contact down low on McCoy.
Barnes working with 4 fouls, nearly picked up his 5th. McCoy to the rack. A lot of contact, no travel. Probably should have been if there's no foul called. No call out there, no whistle. Taylor to the rack, goes up with a layup and gets it to go.
Yeah, Taylor is such a difficult matchup. We talked about it before with the bigger front line, and he continues to be able to get to the front of the rim.
Lauderdale has some room from 16. He'll fire it up. That's short. Rebounded, tapped out by Wondersmith to McCoy. Out to McLean now in transition.
Hornets' tempo needs to slow down. Lauderdale needs to milk some clock here.
Go find a guard. Reese working on Wilborn. Wilborn dribbling in. Finds a man outside. This is the travel, and he did. shuffled the feet down low. And really, Coach, against his 2-3, we talked about them entering in at the high post. And the Knights not really doing that. They are attacking the high post with the dribble, and it's worked to the advantage of the Hornets. Timeout on the floor. It's a full 45-44, 23 to go. Back in a moment here on SoCal College Sports. (45-40). Well, the Hornets with the lead right now, but I think maybe advantage San Diego in terms of the momentum.
San Diego's playing really hard. The momentum is in their favor in this press. Offensively, they must figure out a way to use Wilborn and McCoy attacking the elbow and the short corner of that zone.
The Knights are so dangerous because the defense is such a constant. If they knock down a couple of shots, all of a sudden they're back in the lead in this one.
Reese. Back to Anderson.
Smith.
San Diego in the bonus. San Diego also with a foul to give defensively. Reese, great cut. Blocked by McCoy up top. Here we go for the Knights. McCoy brings it out to McLean. Wide open from three. Yes! Darian McLean gets it to a 2-point deficit.
We've talked about it. The shot blocking ability of the Knights comes through again, leading to the fast break. And now look at the ball pressure being applied.
A couple of minutes ago, this was a 7-point lead. It appeared to be all Hornets.
Barnes to the rack. Can't get it to go. Rebounded again by McCoy. McCoy will bring it up. He'll slow it. Gives off to McLean into the corner to Taylor. Taylor wide open from three. He'll hit the lead back to the Knights. It's a 6-0 run. 3:20 to go in the final.
The Knights ball movement excellent. Fullerton needing to control tempo. They go right to the Lauderdale screen on the ball.
Seesaw battle here. Kenny Barnes is fouled going up with it. If it's on Wilborn or McCoy, it's either one of them has 4. Let's see who they call it on. Going to go against McCoy.
That is his 4th.
Fullerton's bread and butter. We've talked about it again. They go screen and roll, coming to the weak side, looking into the post, ducking in. Very effective. It is a staple, and they went right to it.
Big free throws for Kenny Barnes. Barnes on the season, only 61% from the stripe. That's a huge make right there. Ties it up at 46-0.
You know, in 4 playoff games, Kenny Barnes has gone for 25 points or more 3 times this year. So he has really carried the load. He's struggled so far today, but obviously very dangerous.
That one rattles in.
He's a tough matchup down low for McCoy.
1-point advantage for the top team in the South, Fullerton.
Man-to-man coverage.
McLean turns the corner, has that one tapped out. Is this a foul? If it is, it's 1-1. And he'll go against Ian Fox. And that's the guy you don't want at the free throw line if you're the Hornets for San Diego. McLean, 82% on the season.
And if my memory is right, he was perfect down the stretch when they were trying to foul him in last night's game.
Darian McLean, first one up and good. Maybe a little shaky there, but he gets it to go. Ties it up at 47.
Well, sure, he was battling the Stoy jinx right there.
Well, even Darian
that's a lot of
McLean, not
power.
susceptible to your jinx. So powerful usually. Oh, well, on the second end, does not get it to go, so we are tied up at 47.
Fox having to work 94 feet.
Women's final after this, it'll be Mount Sac and College of the Siskiyous, and Fox not paying attention to the timeline or to the shot clock. It's a 10-second violation. The shot clock right now was at 19.
Is Perry Webster possibly arguing that it didn't reset?
Yeah,
he came over and immediately reacted, and I got to tell you, it didn't feel like 11 seconds that Fox was on his way up. I could be wrong, obviously, about that, but
do we have a replay here, Matt?
That is a huge, huge point.
That is shades of Sam Cassell.
Yeah,
with the Clippers versus, I think it was the Suns.
I mean, I didn't see whether or not the clock reset, but I wondered because there was an immediate reaction from Perry Webster.
Right.
And it did not seem like a long time that Fox was taking to bring it up.
Should have started on the rebound.
Tie game, possession now here with the Knights. McCoy thought about it, jabs to his left, inside to Taylor. Taylor loses it. There's a scrum for it. The arrow will stay here.
Oh, man, 2:27 remaining.
High drama down the stretch in the men's final. The 2017 men's 3C2A championship on the line. Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stoynoff, Will Cowan with you here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Coach Charlins and McLean discussing this out-of-bounds situation. They got a 14-second clock to work with. Wonder Smith will inbound.
Inbounds to Taylor. Taylor going to go to work. Drop step to the baseline. Can he bank it home? No. Wonder Smith gets it up on there. Wilborn with the finish.
I was just about to point out that Wilborn's spacing was off on that play, but it worked out to his advantage. He had no business being near that side of the basket in a post-up.
Knights now up by 2. Fox with it. Hands off. This is Reese. Outside Reese, no good. Rebounded by Ian Fox, the Orange Empire Conference MVP, inside to Barnes. Out to Reese. Try another one? No. Looking for a cutter. Out to Lauderdale. Lauderdale kicks it out to Fox. 20 on the shot clock. Plenty of time in this possession.
He's got Wilborn in the switch.
That's exactly what he wants. Goes to the baseline, gets Wilborn in the air. Wide open, Dylan Reese from the corner. The lead back to the Hornets. Timeout. It's a full.
So what we had there, we've talked about San Diego really forcing the penetration down to the baseline. They've had the available pass to the corner. It's the first one they've made off that coverage. Reese, an excellent shot there.
That is clutch from Dylan Reese.
What a time for it.
1:34 to go. Timeout on the floor. Don't go anywhere, folks.
We're back.
Will, how do you like it here? Down the stretch we come. Back and forth we go.
94 seconds to play. San Diego with the ball down 1. If you're in this situation, you're looking for possibly 3 possessions. Got to get a good shot here. Man-to-man defense from Fullerton. No. Into the 2-3 zone. Loading up on McLean.
I think that's a great switch by Coach Perry Webster. Trying to negate the effectiveness down low of Alex Wilborn. So they reverse it over to Wonder Smith on the far side. 1:15 to go. 12 on the shot clock. Wilborn with the pick up top. Smith, nothing there. Kicks it out. McCoy from 3. Can he answer? In and out? No! Oh, wow, that was halfway down. Rebounded by Lauderdale. Another timeout by the Hornets. I don't think Coach Webster wanted that one called. I wonder if there's any kind of indication whether or not they have any more timeouts left. It's a 30. We'll keep it here.
You know, on that last possession for San Diego, they did an excellent job in the screen and roll. They got McCoy open on the lift, backside on the wing. And that shot was very close, Mike.
Very close. Just missed.
Lauderdale with the big block out, keeping Wilborn off the glass, which was critical for that.
We'll try to ascertain how many timeouts are left for both teams here down the stretch. I don't believe it shows in the stat module. Just team fouls. Well, the live stats this weekend run by Sports Information Director Mike Robles of the 3C2A. Shout out to everybody at the 3C2A bringing you this coverage live from Las Positas College. The Hornets with the ball right now with the 1-point lead, 1:02 to go. Here comes some full court pressure from San Diego. They need to stop in a bad way.
Single coverage on Reese. He gets it across. Now zone coverage from San Diego, falling into a 1-1-3.
Just throwing a little curveball here. Changing it up. They get the switch. Wilborn, Lauderdale inside. Terrific catch. Can't finish, but he's fouled. Lauderdale from the stripe. 64%. And maybe two of the biggest free throws in his career coming up. Fourth foul on Wilborn. Should this game go to overtime, you have to consider Wilborn now with 4 fouls, McCoy also with 4, and they have been huge here for San Diego.
With 39 on the clock here, if you're San Diego, there's probably no rush. You want to get a good shot here, but there's no sense, I don't think, hurrying into a 2-for-1.
First free throw is huge and in by Lauderdale.
Defensive sub, Ross in for the Hornets. A good call there. Got to protect Barnes with the fouls.
Lauderdale now with 17. Can he make it 18? No, it's off the back iron and rebounded by Wonder Smith. It's a 2-point game, 51-49. Timeout San Diego, and they're going to talk it over.
They'll have a 24-second shot clock when they come out of the timeout. I would be very surprised if we did not see a McLean, and we would probably think a screen and roll, wouldn't you think, Mike?
Yeah, I think either screen and roll or something to set up either Wonder Smith or McLean in the corner or the wing. That shot has been there at times for San Diego.
Yeah, I would be looking for Wilborn rolling in the screen and roll and some sort of action for Holmes the other way. And then you've always got McCoy lurking in behind the defense there in those situations. It'll be interesting to see how they play it. San Diego, 30 wins on the season. It is not their first close game of the year. They're
well-versed.
Well-versed in these situations. More than likely, they will go at the basket for the tie. Will not be surprised in the slightest bit if McLean pulls for a 3.
If he has breathing room from deep,
you have to take it.
Have to.
No question about that. Now on the Fullerton side defensively, they are stressing the importance of the rebound here, limiting them to one shot, keeping them on the glass.
Shout out to Coach Brian Critchlow. 4-mount sack. The Mounties and the Eagles about to do battle here in our second game of the day, the women's final, 2017.
Hornets here are really going to need to communicate on this action.
Fullerton with 1 timeout, San Diego still with 2. It's nice to have those in your back pocket for either team.
Man-to-man defense. They're going to play straight up. McLean off the ball. Smith handles.
McLean's going to go to work. He's being covered by Fox. Here comes the switch. McLean drives the lane. Tries to kick it back out. Wonder Smith freed up. No, McLean. Great closeout by Fox. Taylor drives the lane, up and in. It's tied at 51. 11 seconds. No timeout called. Here comes Anderson. Are we smelling overtime? Hornets don't want it to travel. 4 seconds to go. Here comes another timeout. A chance for San Diego to win it.
So we'll review the last possession on the timeout. San Diego, as we predicted, into the ball screen. They were able to get all the defense on McLean. He unselfishly made the extra pass to Taylor. Here it comes. There is a definite travel there on the replay.
Yeah, what happened is that he got the ball caught on his hip while he was still moving, and that's why the call was made. So it's a turnover, crucial juncture here for the Hornets. And what do you do now here if you're the Knights? Timeout doesn't advance the ball. This isn't the NBA,
Does not.
right?
So what you've got is the ball will probably be right here about 75 feet from the basket, or it could be on the baseline. Not sure where they're going to grant that. Regardless, if you're San Diego, you want to send the ball down the court. You want to get somebody in movement, likely McLean off of a curl and movement off the dribble. Now 4 seconds. You have time for any combination of 3 dribbles or 2 dribbles and 1 pass. You basically have 1 second for each movement.
Yeah.
So it could be bounce, pass. It could be any combination thereof. But you want to take this shot, and the only thing that could be detrimental here for San Diego is to not get the ball in bounds.
Right.
So worst case scenario, you're going to send it down there and make sure you touch it. If the ball is not touched on a long pass, it would then come back and give an underneath out of bounds play to Fullerton. All these things you practice all year, and now it's a matter of executing. We'll see if Fullerton even can test this with probably a token defense. They got 2 back.
Look for McCoy here. I
Yeah.
think McCoy, a very good target on the recipient of a long pass. Smith will bring it in.
They're going to take the ball out of McLean's hands, likely with a double team. There it
McLean,
is.
here's a double hole drive all the way to the basket, flicks it up on the rim. That's it! San Diego with the upset at the buzzer, Darian McLean! Oh my goodness! The celebration is on for San Diego City. Will Cowan, what a game.
Amazing job there from McLean. Fullerton went to a 1-2-2 zone defense. They tried to double him. He split, and as we talked about, he had time for 3 dribbles and the floater. He had that clock in his head. It was perfect. Do we have the replay?
We just showed the replay. What a terrific play and recognition there for San Diego. It looked like the Fullerton College Hornets were going to pull away, and then it was a 6-0 run, back-to-back threes by the Knights, and then it was back and forth down the stretch. They tied it up at 51, and then that set the stage for the final play. Darian McLean with the winner, lead scorer on the team on the season. And he finishes it up here in 2017. We have a new champion, and it's San Diego City. What a game.
You know, pretty good sportsmanship here. I'm impressed with Fullerton. They're obviously dismayed. They just sat on the bench. They allowed San Diego to do their thing, and now are definitely congratulating one another on an incredibly hard-fought game.
Elation for the Knights. Soul-crushing for the Hornets, but man, what a job Coach Perry Webster and company has done with this program. In 2 years, he has turned them into a state power in a very good conference, in the Orange Empire Conference. You know, the likes of Saddleback, Riverside, Cypress. The only loss in conference play came to Cypress. And congratulations, of course, to everybody back in San Diego. Mrs. Charlins watching from home.
Fullerton, obviously, as we talked about, had the lead up to what, 6, 5?
It was up to 5.
It was up to 5.
Had the lead out to 5.
And the timeout, the tempo changed. There were a couple rushed possessions from Fullerton that we talked about. San Diego taking full advantage in transition, and that really shifted it when San Diego got the ball hopping, back-to-back threes in a ball movement, and it went from 5 down to 1 up, and that was the difference for San Diego there.
Man, what a game. Just an honor and a privilege to be part of it here. Special thanks, of course, to the 3C2A, Carlisle Carter, George Matagakis, Mike Robles, Will Cowan, man, stepping up the game up here in the broadcast booth with us, you know, providing us your insight. You're just so good at what you do. Basketball coach, obviously in the blood.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to call the Final Four.
And we will go down to Jeff Stoynoff on the floor with the hero of the night.
sensational shot there to win it at the end. Can you talk about what you guys drew up on the final play there and what you're trying to do?
We were just trying to find the open guy, It could have been anybody, and at that point I was already at the rim, so it was my turn to go.
This team, you guys were in tight games throughout, including this one. You were down 7 late in the second half, but you guys just wouldn't die in this one. You come all the way back to win it. Can you talk about what this team overcame this weekend?
Man, we do this every day at practice. We work hard every day. We work on these situations all the time, and it just came down to it in the final game where it mattered.
Yeah, absolutely. Daniel, I want to let you get back to your team there. I really appreciate you coming by. Congratulations.
Cuts us. Main shot. Take a break in the action. We'll have some accolades for you. Coming up, 53-51, your final score, San Diego over Fullerton in the men's final. Stay tuned. go down to the floor momentarily with Coach Mitch Charlins for San Diego City, your champion here in 2017 for the 3C2A. So I'm being told on the floor we're going to do the interview after they cut down the net. As we see the tournament MVP, Darian McLean, cutting down the nets. What a game, 53-51, buzzer beater for McLean to win it all here in 2017. Robert Taylor. Will, you talk about battling adversity. San Diego City, they had to battle the clock in the second half, obviously, and they go down by 5, and then they go on a 6-0 run. I mean, this is the team that just never quits.
No question about it. San Diego, very, very impressive with their composure, battling back down 5, and they continued to defend. That's the thing. They continue to play defense through all the lulls in the game, because Fullerton is so methodical that they can really take the life out of you.
Yeah.
And every time the Hornets tried to do that, San Diego went to their defense, their shot blocking ability, and then eventually to ball movement leading to the big threes.
Man, and of course at the end you got to make the shot to win it. And Darian McLean, he almost had a free run. He goes right down the middle of the floor, and he puts it in. Wondersmith on the net right now, and he had a terrific game in the semifinal in the win over City College of San Francisco.
And a tremendous defensive effort tonight, defending the Hornets guards.
Step away momentarily. Back with an interview with Coach Mitch Charlins for San Diego when we come back.
this weekend. What can you say about this team here?
It kind of epitomizes our team. We try to create adversity every day in practice, and it appears that paid off.
Speaking of adversity, down 7 with under 4 minutes to go. Timeout called on the floor. What do you tell your team at that point?
I wish I could remember.
We could probably imagine. I suppose.
I think at that time I just said, guys, still plenty of time. There's going to be a lot more possessions left in this game. We need a couple stops, and we need a couple jump stops on offense. A little bit more poise on offense. Just
take us through the last 2 plays. Now Taylor scores in the half court to tie it up. You get the ball back after the traveling, and then obviously McLean takes over from there. But how about the Taylor play first before that?
I don't remember that play. I just remember we have so many great players, and so many kids makes different sacrifices. It's a different guy steps up every game.
Yeah.
And that last play with Darian, 4 seconds left. My assistants were telling me we got a timeout to burn if we get it to half court, and I know he's so fast. I knew 4 seconds. I even told him. I said 4 seconds is plenty of time for him to get to the rim, and he did.
Yeah. Well, good news. The games are archived on our site on YouTube, so you can relive the moment. It'll be there for you.
Thank God, because I don't remember anything that happened.
Thanks. Congratulations, Coach. Great job.
Thanks so much.
All right.
Man, what a game here in the final 53-51 year final score, and we have a new champion here in 2017 for the 3C2A, San Diego City College.
You have to congratulate the Knights on a phenomenal, gritty performance this afternoon. The thing that sticks out to me, and we've been talking about it all night, the defensive tenacity. The Knights apply tremendous ball pressure. They make you work 94 feet of the court. They challenge shots. They rebound. And that's really the heart of what they do, and as hard as they play. McLean talked about it in the post-game interview, how hard they work every day, and it really paid off for the Knights going into this championship performance. There's no other way around it. You can tell the culture of that program, how hard they work.
Yeah, and how hard they work. And, we talked about it on the broadcast yesterday in their win over City College of San Francisco. This team is a reflection of their head coach, Mitch Charlins. And, man, he is a tenacious guy. And you talked about it yesterday. I mean, he's very fiery, very competitive, and his team really tries to emulate that on the floor to their advantage. And the defensive intensity that you just touched on, really the difference today. It could have been anybody's game. I mean, I was thinking overtime, and then McLean, what a performance at the end. Tournament MVP here in 2017. That'll wrap it up for our coverage of the men's game. Coming up in a little bit, it's College of the Siskiyous and Mount Sac. David versus Goliath in every sense. Can skill trump talent in the women's final? We'll find out in a little bit. Thank you for joining us, everybody. For Jeff Stoynoff, Jorge Zepeda, Matt Henson, Brianna Marquez, for Will Cowan, I'm Mike Zepeda signing off. We'll see you in a little bit.